am a serial victim of people constantly trying to ride my wave. This is a serious issue that I feel like not enough people are very attentive about, and I am going to bring more attention to this situation. I'm such an icon, such a star, such a mogul, that a lot of people try to take after me. But you know what? It doesn't really work, because at the end of the day, can you really make another me? I mean, look at me. Like, come on now. People really need to start to learn how to be original, because in the wise words written directly into the Bible, Gunna 3:16, you are going to fuck around and drown trying to ride my wave. 11 insane knockoffs. These are insane, dude. They riding waves. Riding me,
Television
apparently.
and film fans around the world are voracious consumers of the United States' output. Big Hollywood productions are now being co-financed by Chinese studios, and their scripts are being tweaked to appeal to international audiences. When this kind of content can't be acquired or officially remade, there's always one other viable option. Just rip it off.
Yeah,
This
dude.
can result in some hilarious and surreal
Just
versions
meat
of
ride.
familiar properties,
Have
especially
you guys seen that fake Lil Durk that's running around? What's the deal with that? Where the hell did he come from?
if we're talking about kids shows, which is already surreal and hilarious in itself. So as a note to copyright infringement, today we're going to take a look at 11 insane knockoffs of popular children's shows.
Shout out Jorge, by the way. Our favorite Jorge. Blame it on Jorge, alright? Go give him a big ol' juicy spanking on his likes. You guys know the deal. He loves getting the juicy spanks. You guys know the deal.
Why watch The Amazing World of Gumball when you can watch Miracle Star? Debuting in 2011 on Cartoon Network, The Amazing World of Gumball is a joint British-American production detailing the adventures of middle schooler Gumball, who happens to be a cat, and his brother Darwin, who happens to be a fish. In 2015,
A fish with legs that breathes air.
Chinese food company Saiyun Foods produced this commercial for its milk brand Miracle Star. In it, some very Gumball-like characters are menaced by a giant cloud, encounter some hostile foodstuffs, and engage in other strange activities that, frankly,
Dude, it's
we are
literally
just
like-
kind of at a loss to describe.
Exactly the
Clocking in at
same
nearly 3
thing.
minutes, the short doesn't reveal itself to be a milk advertisement until the very end. Although due to a lack of subtitles, it's possible that we're
It's
just
a milk advertisement. This is what you have done in the name of Gumball. Gumball's a great show. Great show. Absolutely hilarious. And this is what we're doing. We're ripping it off for a milk commercial. Milk.
missing something in the dialogue. We suggest muting the sound or making up your own.
Milk. No shame whatsoever.
Why watch Adventure Time when you can watch the legend?
Who said that? I am hearing things again and
Why
they're back!
watch Adventure Time when you can watch the Legend of Lucky Pie?
Why is this so luscious? Wait a minute. Why am I feeling at peace? Why is his voice so beautiful and angelic? It's like cuddling with a warm, soft blanket on a rainy day. You've got a nice cup of hot cocoa with the mellows.
Why watch Adventure Time when you can watch the Legend of Lucky Pie? The next selection is quite impressive, considering that it was produced not by a studio, but by an independent group of Chinese animators on their own dime. Sure, it's obviously a shameless ripoff of the style and characterization of a long-running American series, Adventure Time, but there's actually a pretty understandable reason for that. Simply,
I want this man to narrate my autobiography. I haven't even written it yet, but now I want to. Just for the sole purpose of him reading that autobiography as an audiobook.
Chinese animators often need practice, as they are bound by constraints of the studios that employ them. The creators of this 3-episode series
Who is this guy?
worked on it as a labor of love, an opportunity to gain experience working in an unfamiliar animation style. The episode available online, Who Makes That Voice?, runs about 12 minutes and is quite well done for a group of dedicated friends working in their spare time.
对黄金，但我们得小心，那很可能是陷阱。
没问题，我会很小心的。呀哈！
别冲动啊，老弟。没办法。
Dude, these are just like so obvious
It's
too.
well worth a watch.
Like it's so obvious too.
没办法。
It's well worth a watch, but we advise against clicking on the English dubbed version.
Why?
It is terrible.
It's terrible.
Why watch Pokemon when you can
Why
watch...
would you watch? Why would you watch the English dubbed version anyways? You can just watch at that point. You just watch Adventure Time. Same thing.
Why watch Pokemon when you can watch Dogmon?
Digimon, Dogmons. What? What?
Why watch Pokemon when you can watch Dogmons? Studio production interval, which creates
Mega Powers.
content for TV Brazil, will make more than one appearance on this list. Its first offender, a pseudo-anime series that ran for all of 3 episodes beginning in 2002, was clearly inspired by the mountains of money being made by the multimedia platform Pokemon. The first episode was aired in 5 parts, and an additional 2 episodes were produced but never aired. Plans for 17 episodes were scrapped
What?
when the airing flopped and the series was largely forgotten about. That is until YouTube intervened.
Dude, that's the real rare collectible, the Dogmon cards. I guarantee you nobody's got a Dogmon card. Nobody's got the Rainbow Rare, Ultra, Mega, Double Level R. Whatever the main guy, I don't know what it. What's the main? I don't know. Alex Nando.
The entire first series, The Portal, is available online. And while it is interesting to see Brazilian animators try their hands at Japanese anime, they only just come close, resulting in a sort of uncanny anime valley that is a little off-putting. Plus, if we're being honest, it's just not that good. Nice try, Brazil.
Damn it, Brazil.
Why watch My Little Pony when you can watch...
Why watch My Little Pony when you can watch literally anything else, dude? Why do I watch My Little Pony when you can bathe in a bathtub full of rusty nails and broken glass?
Why watch My Little Pony?
Why watch My Little Pony when you can get ran over by a dump truck?
Why watch My Little Pony when you can watch Philly Fantasia?
Even
This
better!
bizarre hybrid would be truly confusing even if it were not actively flipping the bird at intellectual property law itself. An English
that
language
Mr.
actively
Rogers?
flipping the bird at intellectual
What a badass!
property law itself. An English language Spanish production based on a German toy line billed as Central Europe's most successful
Wait.
production. Flipping the bird at intellectual property law itself. An English language
An English language.
Spanish production based on a German toy line billed as Central Europe's most successful, Philly Fantasia.
Doesn't that create some type of conflict? Like, couldn't this cause a war? A world war, right? The English and the...
is a crappy CGI knockoff of My Little Pony.
And the
Friendship is
Germans are getting
Magic,
involved?
and it's a crappy knockoff that simply no one was waiting for. Specifically, nobody has been waiting for it for about 3 years. The first trailers appeared online in October 2013, but no
They just
actual
never-
episodes have
they just
materialized
never
despite
dropped
the
it.
trailers themselves promising a 2014 release.
They just never...
The voice acting and sound design are...
Here it is, 2022. Still no episodes. Still no episodes. They're waiting. They're waiting for like the 10-year anniversary of the trailer to drop the movie. To build the hype, dude.
Decent.
Right? Going the anti-Marvel route, right? Marvel was dropping movie after movie after movie for 10 years straight to drop the final epic climax. There's only one of these. Dude, they don't drop a single movie for an entire 10 years, and then you drop the epic climax, dude. That's how you really get people hyped.
And quality, but the animation is likely to make you feel like you woke up in 2001. Strangely, the series has an English language fan website that appears to be updated fairly regularly. For all 6 American fans of this non-existent series centered on a Central European My Little Pony knockoff, we salute you. Keep hope alive. We're sure that a complete episode
Like a
will
Playboy
arrive
Cardi
any
album.
day now.
Yeah, like a Kanye album. Just
Why
never.
watch Scooby-Doo when you can watch Goober and the Ghost Chasers? This entry.
Goober!
Why watch Scooby-Doo when you
I want. Now I'm kind of interested.
can watch Goober and the
I'm kind of interested now.
Ghost Chasers? This entry
Why
may
is there only 3 of them?
very well have the dubious honor of
That
being
feels wrong. There's only 3 of them. That feels off. That feels off. There's no like Velma.
the most absolute shameless ripoff on this list. Not just because of its deadpan similarity to the style and formula of an existing property, although yes, that too. What makes Goober and the Ghost Chasers, a point-on-point retread of Scooby-Doo Where Are You, so special is that it was produced by Hanna-Barbera, you know, the studio that produced Scooby-Doo. The venerable animation studio
Dude, I was about to say, it literally looks exactly the same. Like, it looks exactly.
Goober and the Ghost Chasers, a point-on-point retread of Scooby-Doo Where Are You, so special is that it was produced by Hanna-Barbera.
Goober is on drugs. They took it. They took that whole, right, the whole joke, the meme, the Shaggy and Scooby are potheads, dude. That's why they're always eating. No, Goober? Oh, yeah, dude. Goober is fucking blasted. Absolutely.
Scooby-Doo Where Are You, so special
Absolutely.
is that it was produced by Hanna-Barbera, you know, the studio that produced Scooby-Doo.
You be smoking J's
The
on the
venerable
show.
animation studio is known for recycling, mostly animations and backgrounds, but many of their cartoons stuck very close to the basic formula of Scooby-Doo. Arguably its most successful show. But Goober threw all lip service to originality out the window and was simply Scooby-Doo 2.0. The only differences between this show and the original is that, well, Goober would turn invisible when he got scared, instead of just running like Scooby would. And sometimes the Partridge Family would show up to give Goober and his friends an assist.
What the
The
hell?
70s were a weird time.
What the hell? There's just children showing up, dude.
An assist. The 70s were
Well,
weird
it's
and
dressed
sometimes
like Velma. She's dressed like Velma.
the Partridge Family would show up to give Goober and his friends an
How
assist.
dare you?
The 70s were a weird time.
Not my Velma.
Why watch Winnie the Pooh when you can
Oh,
watch
this guy. Dude. I got chills.
Why watch
Like
Winnie
aroused?
the Pooh when you can watch Vinnie Pook? The Soviet version of Winnie the Pooh is not so much a ripoff as it is a different adaptation of the same source material, A.A. Milne's wildly popular children's books from the 1920s. Considering that the
I love how... Is this fucked up, dude? It's the Soviets, so I don't think anybody's gonna get mad at me, dude. Dude, it's literally just Winnie the Pooh with the accent on it. Instead of Winnie the Pooh, it's a Vinnie the Pooh. You know what I'm saying? It's Vinnie Pooh. Vinnie Pooh. Comrade. Winnie Pooh. You know what I mean? Like, instead of Winnie the Pooh, it's Vinnie Pooh. Vodka. You know what I mean? Like, it's just...
Milne's wildly popular children's books from the 1920s. Considering that the American adaptations have debuted several years before, however, it is easy to lump it into this category, and we include it on this list for a simple reason. It's hilarious. For instance, the version of the story where Pooh
He
visits
stabs
Rabbit
him.
opens with a solid 2.5 minutes of Pooh and Piglet stomping through the forest, arguing about where to go and singing about how the mornings are the best time for visits. The story takes a familiar turn, with Pooh ending up stuck in Rabbit's hole. But we've all seen this before. We're here for the Russian
He got stuck in Rabbit's hole.
dialogue, which really
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
is the most
He
jarring
did.
possible accompaniment
And he
to
made
Winnie
it sound
the
so
Pooh.
smooth.
The Soviet version noticeably does not feature a Christopher Robin character or any human characters at all. The shorts are quite well produced and were a hit upon release.
They're saying about the
still
fall of
airing
the Soviets.
periodically on Russian television to this day.
It's still on the... Nice.
Why watch Power Rangers?
Oh,
when you can
baby.
watch tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills. When you can watch tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills.
There's no way. There's no way.
You can watch tattooed teen.
Why are they tattooed? tattooed, teenaged alien fighters from Beverly Hills. That is very oddly specific. I love how they gave us the entire background of the characters in just the title. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that they're from Angel Grove. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it's, you don't find that out watching the show, dude. Like, it's, you find it, tattooed teenage alien fighter from Beverly Hills, dude. That's what the whole fucking show's about. What's that show about? Oh, it's about some tattooed teenagers and they fight aliens and they're from Beverly Hills. That's literally the show.
Teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills.
They just spoiled they spoiled the whole thing as soon as they dropped the title, dude. The plot's over, dude. Like, there's no point in watching it. The ending's over.
The insanely named tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills somehow manages to completely jack the entire Power Rangers concept.
Where can I watch this? Oh my god!
Somehow manages to completely jack the entire Power Rangers concept, while also evoking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of its title, and simultaneously edging in on the 90210 demographic with its setting. This truly embarrassing
Where's the tattoos? None of them are inked. Where's not a single he's supposed to have face tats, dude. Like, he's supposed to look like a little pump, bro. Like, he's
produced by
needs teardrops.
DIC Entertainment, which never met an intellectual property.
There's not a single tattoo anywhere on their body. What is this? False advertisement.
It ran on the USA Network from 1994 to 1995, incredibly managing an 40-episode lineup before being canceled. Mega Powers has the distinction of being just as blatant as a ripoff, but nowhere near as slickly produced. Another product of Brazilian production company that brought you Dogmons, Mega Powers is a laughably amateur production that looks like nothing more than a fan film you and your friends may have made in the 3rd grade. Terrible sound design, worst costumes, and the crappiest CGI ever. It's all here. As they say, big as life, twice as ugly.
Dude.
Little information is available online.
Dude, if these things came to save me, bro, I'd fear even worse. I think they were here to kill me. Look at them.
Life twice as ugly. Little information is available online about the series run.
They're like athletic
frankly,
Teletubbies.
We think that's for the best.
They got Megazords.
Why watch Tom and Jerry when you can watch Herman and Catnip? And now, for an antidote to the last entry, we present Herman and Catnip.
If they talk, I don't want to hear it. If they talk, I don't want to hear it.
The rare knockoffs of Rise.
The only time there is allowed to be audible is when they're singing. That's the rules.
The last entry, we present Herman and Catnip. The rare knockoffs that rise above imitation and actually stand on par with its source material. Just as Jerry prevailed over Tom, Herman the Mouse always won his battles as well. But the Herman and Catnip series is notable for upping the ante considerably in terms of sheer brutality of its cartoon violence.
Oh my god!
Even more so than its influence.
He got stabbed in the ass!
Brutality of its cartoon violence. Even more so than its influences. The series treated Catnip the cat with absolutely no mercy, with almost every episode concluding with Herman and friends merely singing a tune while Catnip
this looks great!
Undergoes some horrible, torturous demise, such as being eaten by sharks or buried under a rock slide. Cartoons in this
or stabbed in the ass!
Series are produced for about 10 years, and many episodes are still available online. Honestly, we can't recommend them highly enough.
That's fire! Dude, see? This is the one time where it works. This is the one time where it works.
Why watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when you can watch Street Sharks? And now back to shameless merchandise mongers DIC Entertainment, who apparently were unable to get any licensing rights to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and were none too happy about it. In addition to the previously mentioned show with the suspect title, its animated series Street Sharks attempted to cash in through sheer, unadulterated imitation. 4 genetically modified aquatic animals become anthropomorphic.
No, I don't know, they're just not, like, subtle about it either. It's just point like, oh yeah, dude, like this is like this is our Ninja Turtle, bro. We had Ninja Sharks.
Fucking crime fighters. This is probably the exact wording used to pitch the show to studio.
That sounds like some random obscure 90s. Exactly, dude. It's like street. What makes them street, bro? Like, are they a gang? That sounds like a gang to Street Sharks. That sounds like a gang to me.
This is probably the
They go around
exact
robbing
wording
people.
used to pitch the show to studio executives. And we're surprised the lawsuits didn't begin flying before the sentence was halfway out of the mouth of whoever thought this was a good idea. Amazingly, the show limped to 40 episodes, generated a short-lived comic book series, and even had a line of Mattel action figures, which probably ruined the Christmas mornings of literally dozens.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine you ask Santa Claus for a Ninja Turtle and he brings you a Street Shark?
Of children in the mid-90s.
Why watch Sesame Street when you can
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, dude. This could go horribly wrong. Sesame Street is a bunch of puppets. You could mess up a kid's mental well-being if you use the wrong puppets.
Why watch Sesame Street when you can watch Peppermint Park? To describe it literally,
This is what the fuck I'm talking about!
Peppermint Park is a direct-to-video children's educational program produced by a now-defunct company.
You're telling me this isn't one of the most horrifying things you've ever seen in your life?
Park is a direct-to-video children's educational
experiencing
program
a
produced
nightmare.
by a now-defunct company and released in the early 1980s, which closely resembles the format of beloved kids series Sesame Street. To describe it figuratively, Peppermint
What
Park
is that?
is pure distilled nightmares.
Why is it like they got human bodies? They have human bodies and puppet heads. What the
Abomination vomited up.
Are we looking at the same thing?
Peppermint Park
Am I hallucinating things? Am I seeing things?
is pure distilled nightmares. An abomination vomited
Is there
up
some in
with
my drink,
stinking
bro?
guts
Like, what's
of
up?
some forgotten eldritch horror. Yes, it's an obvious ripoff from characterizations and down to format to its poorly written educational songs. But the puppets, everything about them,
Oh
from
my
the cold dead
God.
eyes to the over-the-top voice acting, makes us want to run screaming through the nearest wall.
That is
Since the show was
horrifying.
only
That is so horrifying.
ever released in VHS format, only a few clips are available online. And
Exactly. Somebody looked at this and they went, kids are gonna love this.
makes us want to run screaming through the nearest wall. Since the show was only ever released in VHS format, only a few clips are available online, and no known VHS copies still exist. We like to think
Good.
that's a result of some heroic action on the part of
Good.
someone who is no
I
longer
hope that should be banned
with us to tell the tale, as they likely sacrificed them
for
to destroy
disturbing
the
the
last
peace.
copy while
Should be a
being
war
dragged
crime
down
to
to the
release
depths
that.
of misery by Cthulhu himself.
I don't know what he's talking about. Cthulhu, but he's
Why
right.
watch Mickey Mouse when you can watch Tomorrow's Pioneers?
Oh my god.
And finally,
This could get bad too.
why watch Mickey Mouse when you can watch Tomorrow's Pioneers? And finally, the single most bizarre example we could find, a Palestinian-produced Hamas-funded children's program featuring explicit ripoffs of one of the most heavily protected intellectual properties in the world. This is the world we live in, folks. We didn't create the news, we just report it. Alright, so for those who may not know, Hamas is a militant Palestinian Islamic terrorist organization who seriously has it in for Islam. And
What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, dude. Wait a minute, bro. We are hosting a terrorist organizational meeting at Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. What? 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 The headquarters is fucking Disneyland Palestine, dude. Like, this took a turn. This took a turn.
We didn't create the news, we just report it. Alright, so for those who may not know, Hamas is a militant Palestinian Islamic terrorist organization who seriously has it in for Islam and the entire Western world. This show, which ran between 2007 and 2009, features a human host and, well, Mickey Mouse, and fed its young audience a steady diet of anti-Western, anti-Semitic rhetoric, up to and including messages about the glory of Notre Dame. No, really, the highlighted video features Mickey, entrusted to safeguard his land, wailing over the dead body of his grandfather before lamenting the filth of the criminal plundering Jews.
This is Mickey Mouse, dude. He's the one that committed the murder.
Wailing over the dead body of his grandfather
This is
before
Mickey
lamenting
Mouse.
the filth of the criminal plundering Jews, and going to take up his case with an Israeli authority figure. A shrill screaming match ensues. Mickey is violently stabbed to death, and children
What? Mickey got clapped.
Screaming match ensues. Mickey is violently stabbed to death, and children everywhere learn a valuable lesson: that adults are really seriously fucked up.
What? Dude, what in God's name, bro? Mickey Mouse is teaching me how to be racist, and then he gets clapped up at the end, bro. Have you lost your mind? And then that horrifying Sesame, this is forever gonna live in my nightmares. Dude, this is what you get for, this is what I keep telling y'all. This is what we get for riding waves, dude.